Hey everyone, today is Monday, September 20th, and we are starting lesson 2-1 today. It's on page 89 in your brand new packet. In a basketball contest, Elizabeth made 9 out of 25 free throw attempts. Alex made 8 out of 20 free throw attempts. Janie said that Elizabeth had a better free throw record because she made more free throws than Alex. So in part A, do you agree with Janie's reasoning? Explain. Well, let me remind you what Janie's reasoning is. She said that Elizabeth had a better record because she made more free throws than Alex. And we can all agree that 9 is a bigger number than 8. But the two girls had different number of attempts. So no, I do not agree with Janie's reasoning. And I don't agree with Janie's reasoning because Elizabeth and Alex had a different number of attempts. So no, I do not agree with Janie's reasoning because Elizabeth and Alex had a different number of attempts. Well, let's move on to part B. Decide who had a better free throw record. Justify your reasoning using mathematical arguments. So I took the information highlighted in pink. Elizabeth made 9 out of 25 free throw attempts. And I took that information and I wrote that as a fraction, 9 over 25. And then I took the information highlighted in blue. Alex made 8 out of 20 free throw attempts. And I wrote another fraction, 8 over 20. And now I know I need to compare these fractions. So in order for me to compare these fractions and figure out which one's bigger, I need my denominators to be the same. So through multiplication, I need to get both 25 and 20 to be the same number. What number could I get them to? I could get them to 100, you're right. So what will I multiply 25 by to get to 100? I'd multiply by 4. And that means I'm going to do the same thing on the top. So 9 times 4 is 36, and 25 times 4 is 100. Now let's do the same thing over here. What will I multiply 20 by to get to 100? I'd multiply times 5. That means I multiply my numerator times 5 as well. 8 times 5 is 40, and 20 times 5 is 100. So now that I have two fractions with the same denominator, I can compare my numerators. And I can see that 36 is a smaller number than 40. So I know, based on comparing these two fractions, that Alex had a better free throw record. So the way we determine that is that we wrote each fraction so that they both have the same denominator. And once I have the same denominator, I could compare the numerators. And we can see that 36 is less than 40. So Alex had a better free throw record. Focus on math practices. What mathematical model did you use to justify your reasoning? Are there other models you could use to represent the situation? Well, another thing I could have done is I could have converted 9 over 25 to a decimal, and I could have done the same thing with 8 over 40. I could have used long division, converted them to decimals. So, yeah, I could have converted or changed the original fractions to decimals. I could have converted the original fractions to decimals, and then I would have compared my decimals.